everybody, it's Lonnie Ray with Pomeroy TV, and before we get into our action figure review, don't forget to subscribe to Pomeroy TV and hit that bell notification right to the side of that, so that way when we post videos, you're the first to know. Today we're looking at the Marvel Universe Variant PlayArts Kai Wolverine, and I gotta say I'm super excited to review this. I've had it for a while now, just never had a chance to review it, so I'm finally reviewing it, and I hope you guys are excited just like I'm super excited. On the side over here it says Wolverine, that's his name, and you see this comic book shot here. It's not really like a comic book shot or a drawing, it's the action figure that's just stylized as a comic book panel, which is really cool. So you can see the blue and the yellow, which are traditional Wolverine colors there. It actually has this flap over here that's closed by magnets, and then it has a great shot of the figure, and in the figure you can see Wolverine here, and he has an assortment of claws and different hands. It says Marvel Universe Variant PlayArts Kai there. And then here on the other side you can see a read up there. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause it now. And if you look at the top, it says Wolverine, and again it's that blue and that yellow. Nothing on the bottom, and on the side here you get that blue and yellow, and I just like that stripe, man. It just looks so clean. There's a lot of detail in these PlayArt Kai figures, but what's really cool is that there's a lot of detail just inside the box. Like, the box is just so fun to look at and fun to hold. If you turn it over, look at the back. Again, look, it looks like a comic book panel, but it's actually your action figure just inside all of these stylized shots. So you kind of see a little comic book thing there, and it looks like he's holding a sword here, so I wonder if we get that inside the box. We probably do. Alright, so without further ado, let's take a look at what is inside this box. Alright, here he is out of the packaging, and there is so much to love about this figure straight out of the box. When it comes to the detail in the paint app, the detail in the sculpt, there's just so much that they did right with this figure. And this is my first PlayArts Kai figure, so if this is the way that PlayArts Kai moves forward, then PlayArts Kai is something that you're going to see on my shelves more often. Let's just take a look at this figure though. One of the things that I love that they did, it was just how much paint and detail went into that paint app. I mean, if you look at this right here, like, you get these really rich bright yellows, and there's plenty of shading all up and down this figure. These blues here on underneath the yellowed armored pieces have this rich saturation to them, and it's just so fun to look at. The blacks are painted with these high gloss parts, and so is the yellow part too. The Marvel variants usually have this armor look to them, and this is no exception. I really like that they kept these tiger stripes there, kind of as an homage to his original outfit, his original costume. And then right here too, like, I feel like that's supposed to be like the armor padding on that original outfit as well, but they just kept it black there. But there's just so much detail in it. Even if you look at his arms here, like, they actually kind of like sculpted in some of that hair, but they shaded it too, so you could see that he has some hairy arms, because Wolverine is a hairy beast. And then even on its gauntlets here, there's a lot of high gloss paint there. Man, there's just so much to love about this figure. On the back, you can see the high gloss there. This part right here is actually matted black, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah, and then that matted black goes down to right here. Again, you get that rich blue up and down. On his belt, there's a little bit of red. Oh, look at that on his feet. They actually painted some dirt on his feet. Again, like, why would you do that unless you're trying to be very detailed? So, like, again, like, you just gotta really praise PlayArts Kai for their attention to detail there. With the sculpt, it's the same thing. Like, if you look at his biceps, they have all of these veins, and the veins are shadowed in as well. And again, they cut the hair there to make it look like he has hairy arms. All of the details in his gauntlets and in the crotch area, just with the wrinkles there, and these bands here, just how grimacing his face looks right there. There's just so much that they did right with this figure, and man, it's just fun to hold and it's fun to pose. It's just an amazing figure through and through. Good job, PlayArts Kai. Great sculpt, great paint app. You guys are doing your thing here. Wolverine stands at about almost 10 inches from his feet all the way up to the tips of his mask there, which is pretty cool, because I've heard that the other PlayArts Kai figures are about 11 inches, and he's a little bit shorter than that, which is true, because if you read the comics, he's a shorter character. So that's cool that they kept that to scale. With this figure, you also get a lot of accessories with it. For example, you're going to get these 2 closed fist hands, which is nice. You also get these 2 open fist hands here, which is really cool too, because each one has a different sculpt to it. Like, you could just pay attention to the index finger on each hand. You can see that it just has a different look to it, and that's okay. That's what I really, really like. And again, there's just so much sculpting in this, in each part, that just makes it really, really fun to appreciate. You also get these 2 open clawed hands here. You also get these clawed hands that are fists there. Again, really nice. And then you also get this open hand here, which is more of a holding hand for his sword. So you also get his sword. And again, a lot of attention to detail here. You can see just how much molding and paint went there. And then even on the blade, like, it has this dark gray and then this light gray where the blade part actually is. So it kind of gives it that like high glossy look. The sword, I think, is one of my favorite accessories just because it's a good length and then it just feels really nice when you hold it. But when you guys look at the detail here that they put on this, you could just see, like, there's just so much to talk about. It's a very nice yellow with a lot of shading on it right there, and it kind of has this pearlescent look. On the black, it's a very high gloss black that also has a lot of pearlescence on it, so it kind of looks like it's like a gunmetal or something like that, but very nice and shiny. And then you could tell that when you look at the paint on the face where his skin is at, that you see that it's not as shiny, it's very matte, and he has a lot of attention in that teeth there. Yeah, it just looks like a great figure. It's just so cool to look at. Yeah. On the back here, it also has this nice, like, protective cover on the neck, and I think that's just kind of cool, because if this is like a helmet, if he's supposed to look very tactical or armored, this is just a very armored head, and it looks really, really cool. All right, let's talk about articulation with this guy. So if we start at the head, he looks up that high. Not very high at all because of that plastic back there on the back of his head. He looks down pretty far. He has a joint at the head and then a joint at the neck, so then you kind of get individualized movement from there. He has his arms go up that high, and it rotates around there. He has a bicep cut there, a single jointed elbow, but he also has a forearm cut, so you can get some extra posing out of there. He has a ball joint at the wrist, which gives him a nice range of motion. He has a joint at the abdomen for a nice ab crunch. He goes down that far, he goes up that far. He has another ball joint at the waist, so you get a swivel and then a lot more rotation there. His legs go up that high and they ratchet up. They go down back that far, so not very far, but he has a thigh cut. He has a double jointed knee right there. He also has no boot cut, but he has an ankle pivot, so an ankle swivel there, and the ankle goes all the way around, and then he has toe articulation. So very nice articulation with this Wolverine here. The sword holding hand is actually his right hand, and when you port the sword in here, you kind of have to like push it in and then move his thumb around it just to get the sword in. And it's kind of a tight fit, but once you get it in, there you go. Once you get it in, he holds it very nicely, and then you can rotate it around in his hand to kind of get the pose that you want. It can also go in the other way. Just put the sword upside down and insert it in like so, and then there you go. He has a sword in his hand. Alright, there's the review of the Marvel Variant PlayArts Kai Wolverine. I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching this video, and if you did, hit that like button and leave a comment down below. Let us know what we could do to make this show better, because we're really doing this show just for you, and we can always use your input. What did you guys like about this figure? Leave comments down below. Did you guys like its paint app, its sculpt? Tell me, and then we can have a conversation about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and then I will catch you guys next time. See you guys later.